Judy Woodruff with the PBS NewsHour. We're continuing our conversation here at WFYI in Indianapolis about schools in this area and working with students who come from a background that is challenged, that's maybe disadvantaged, maybe because of poverty, because of low income, maybe because of other challenges these children face. We're talking about how to make sure every one of these kids gets the attention they need and gets the education they need. So I want to be sure we get to everybody here who you all bring the richness of your own experience, and I want to make sure we've heard from each of you. So I'm going to ask you to say your name, your organization, and say your piece.
Absolutely. My name is Christina Lear, and I'm actually a teaching policy fellow with Teach Plus. So I'm in the classroom right now. And I would definitely encourage and echo what's already been said to volunteer in the classroom, donate financially to schools and to organizations. But I would also say that people can get involved as citizens. As a teacher, I didn't realize before I got in the classroom how much our elected leaders can impact our work, from funding to policies. So everyone, not just parents and not just teachers, but everyone needs to get to know their school board member and their state legislator and become part of that conversation. Hold these leaders accountable for the kind of schools we want our communities to have.
We hear you. Okay.
Thank you, Judy. I'm Allison, right? I'm a fifth grade teacher, and I just want to thank all the businesses for all the work they do. Our school works with American Funds, and all of my students in my class were able to have a pen pal, and getting to see their faces light up when they get those pen pal letters. They actually get to meet their pen pals at the end of their fifth grade year. We get to go on a trip to American Funds, and then their pen pals will often come have lunch with them. And I hope that all of you realize how important those are to those kids. So I just really wanted to take this time to thank you for that, because that is something that they definitely look forward to. And I think just echoing that if you can get involved with the schools in the Indianapolis area, it's so important, because you could be that one person that truly makes a difference.
Kevin.
I'm Kevin Gailey from Midwest Academy, and one of the things that, for me, that I wanted to comment on is that the takeaway is, I think a lot of the programs, the wonderful programs that everybody's involved with, we're actually addressing a compounding problem, which is mass. We're teaching kids in mass. And what you're doing is you're bringing additional adults into a large classroom, or you're reducing class size. That's one of the themes at Midwest Academy, which is for kids with high-functioning autism and learning disabilities and all. And by reducing that mass, you're creating that one-on-one or one-on-small group. And I think a takeaway from anybody who's watching this that's interested in maybe doing something in their own, whether it's another state or their own city, is to think about that, because you might not be able to take away the circumstances that impoverish a child or a student, but you may be able to change mass and teach smaller groups. Might mean, as an administrator, go out and raise more money. You know, that's one of the things you have to do. But at our school, we cut class sizes down all the time. I'm always looking to cut class sizes. If we hit 15 kids, I want to cut it in half, which sounds ridiculously small, but that's what we do. And I think that that's the compounding problem, and everybody's addressing that, and I applaud that.
Okay, we have a principal right here.
My name is Tiesha Guthrie, and I'm a Project Restore principal, and I think that it's very important that our colleges and universities prepare our teachers to, one, build relationships with students and understand the curriculum so that they can meet the students where they are and take them to a higher level. We're seeing a lot of our college students, when they come in, they're not prepared to actually take control of the classroom and take kids from where they are and ramp up that curriculum to take them to higher places.
When they're right out of college.
Definitely.
It takes a little bit of experience, but you're saying that colleges need to think about that
Right.
too.
Yes.
Okay. Who else back in this section?
Jeff Spencer from Valley Mills Elementary School. And kind of to build on that, I would like to challenge schools to become centers of learning that are centers of engagement. Too often I think schools are built on compliance, and I think it's really important that we get students to engage in the curriculum through inquiry and creativity, and really focus on those 21st century skills, the ability to communicate, the ability to work with others, the ability to problem solve. I think that's something that will, again, create more students that are college and career ready.
Terrific. Who else back there? Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Scott Bess with the Excel Center. I think really the pitch goes out to the entire community around, if you know someone who's a dropout, whether it's someone within your family, your neighborhood, you might be part of a social service agency that works with students or with people who have dropped out. encourage them that there are options now, right? And whether it's the Excel Center or Doors or Simon Youth Foundation, any of the organizations that work, there are options now that are available. It doesn't just have to be a brick wall, as we heard earlier tonight, that there are options you can go out there and get your education and move on.
It's a great message. It's a great message. Anybody else back on this row? The pink? Yes.
I know that Angie Shelley, Brownsburg Community Schools, but I know a lot of people are like, what can I do? And parents themselves are saying that. And even as early as a 3-year-old can seek services from a program called For Steps. You go to your pediatrician and you ask, I'm concerned that my child may have a language delay. Like Kevin was talking about earlier, For Steps is a free service provided for anyone that needs that service, as well as community schools are reaching out and providing preschool services as well, starting at 3 years old. And some people are saying, well, I don't have the dollars. Well, there's scholarship dollars now that are out there that you can seek and provide that early education for your child. So reach out to your community and see what they have for you.
It's there.
It is.
Ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, raise your hand? I want to make sure I'm getting to everybody right here. Right here.
Emily Massengale with Crystal House Doors, and we've heard several people talk about quality and believing that all students can learn, and I just want to reiterate how critical it is to not just see these students as at risk and as their background and where they're coming from, but to see them as at promise, because so many students don't get held to high expectations because of other situations going on in their life, and because of that, they're not able to reach their full potential.
I like that, at promise rather than at risk.
Certainly. So really focusing on that strengths-based assets of all those students that walk through our doors, through all the organizations. And again, to reiterate Scott's message for any of those students who have fallen through the cracks, that it is not too late. Even if you feel like you're too old for a traditional high school, that we do have some great opportunities, and that it might not only affect you and your earning potential, but the educational attainment of your children and those future generations.
Absolutely. Okay, who in this section has a burning statement to make? Yes.
I just wanted to mention early childhood education and how important it is, how if a child early on has somebody to read to them, has somebody to teach them a love of learning, they're going to be a lifelong learner. And we've been talking in the Indianapolis community lately about the brain drain. These are the kids, if we engage them when they're 3, these are the kids that are going to come back and only make our community a stronger place.
Very good point. Yes.
I just want to say that anybody who's dropped out, who hasn't met the goal that they want to do in life, don't give up on your dream, please. It's a year and a half ago when I was practically sleeping on the floor, I never would have dreamed that in a year and a half I would have had my high school diploma and I would have been going to university to really become somebody in this world. Don't give up on your dream. It's possible. It was hard, but it's possible. Trust me. Don't give up, please.
Can you just say that one more time?
Don't give up. It's possible. Trust me, it is.
I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. Right back here. We have a microphone. Yeah.
Kelly Porter with Mary Rick Neighborhood Center, and one of the key programs that we have is out-of-school programs for our youth, before school, out of school, and summer school, or summertime camp. And one key piece is our kids have a lot to say. We have tutors and mentors who come after school. We have a lot of volunteers that come during the summer. We tap into second helpings and provide dinner, and our volunteers help serve the dinner, and then many times they'll sit down at the table. And our kids are not shy. They have a lot to say, and having an adult listen to them makes a lot of difference. With our tutors, half the benefit may be the tutoring, but the other half may be that relationship and friendship they get from that tutor or mentor.
That's terrific.
The kids have a lot to say.
Thank you. Okay, who in this area? Okay, great. I want to get out of the camera's way. I want to, so you can.
Brent
you can
Sorensen with the
speak.
OSP group. Just from a corporate perspective, I really want to urge business leaders to really look beyond their 4 walls and see what they can do in their local community. There's a lot of great organizations out here that are just needing volunteers. So it may seem like a daunting task. Just start small, make that commitment, and then you'll have a mutual benefit that will be long-lasting for you and the company.
boy, I don't know how somebody could listen to all this and not know that there is a need and that there is a way for them to contribute and to make a difference. So thank you all. Again, you're an amazing group. I appreciate it on behalf, again, of WFYI, PBS NewsHour. Thank you, every one of you. We appreciate it. Thank you.